Good evening and welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Finals, Week 2 at TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country. This evening, the second semi-final, the minor Premier Southern Districts against the Nightcliff Tigers. The winner of this match goes straight into the grand final. My name is Nick Danks and my commentary partner this evening, Don McCormack. Don, good evening, great to be with you, and this should be an absolute beauty.
Good evening to you too, Nick, and fantastic to be here. Should be a very good game indeed. The corresponding match this time last year, same teams, 3-point margin, Southern Districts winning, of course, and they went on to win the flag. Could be the same tonight. I'm expecting a cracking game. Both teams in good form. Southern Districts, of course, the minor premiers.
Yeah, the minor premiers, Southern Districts, come in tonight's game after a week off. They've won their previous 7 games and they only lost 2 regular season games in the season. And one of those was a round 9 clash against the Tigers by 7 points. And then the other one was the round 10 clash by St Mary's by a point. And St Mary's, of course, just defeated Pint in the previous game. And the Nightcliff Tigers come into the game tonight after a 23-point win last week in the qualifying final against St Mary's. The Tigers won their last 5 regular season games. And I said these two sides have met twice in the regular season. Round 2, Southern Districts won by 26 points. And then there was that round 9 win by the Tigers by 7. But there's talent all across this side and lots of people to keep an eye on tonight. So who do you keep an eye on, Don, from both sides?
Oh, look, I think from Southern Districts, they're absolute keys. I mean, they've got good players everywhere, but where they should be able to dominate is in the ruck. They've got the best 1-2 punch in the competition. Wyatt Ryan, their number 15, the big man, and Matthew Dennis, number 21. Just absolutely fantastic players.
And on screen there, of course, a few of you will recognise him. Stephen Motlop's out there, had a good season, got a bit lost in the middle towards the end there. We got a reporting and had a couple of weeks off, but since then it's just been absolutely a star for them. And Parfit, of course, for the Tigers, as what you can see him now, he's just instrumental in the middle of the ground and around the ground for them, and up forward as well. And just that small Tiger brigade they've got can do all sorts of damage to them.
Yeah, Stephen Motlop, a very good player. Brandon Parfit, I thought, was terrific last week against St Mary's. He was a clear standout. You look at the AFL experience that each team's got. Southern Districts, Quinton Narkle in the team, Jed Anderson, Taron Thomas, and of course Stephen Motlop, who you've spoken about. The Nightcliff Tigers, Ryan Nyhouse, their captain, Jack Paris, Brandon Parfit, and also Fergus Green, another player who was absolutely instrumental last week against St Mary's. Fergus Green kicking 4 goals in that 23-point win, so a real key.
Yeah, the weather here at the moment, currently 28 degrees, not as warm as normal. There is a chance of a thunderstorm. You notice the ground's in a bit of a beat-up state. We've had a couple of games on here, but we had a flood here earlier on today, so the ground was completely underwater. The breeze is typical here. It goes to the airport end, which is right of screen, which is the way that the Crocs in Southern Districts have won the toss and decided to go. The Tigers in their all yellow shirts. And who you fancy for tonight? I missed out in the other game by 4 points. What do you fancy in this one?
Gee, that's such a tough question. I'll tell you, the games so far have been absolutely superb. We've really been treated last week and this week. You'd have to say Southern Districts, minor premiers. They are the reigning premier. They've been in fantastic form. They've got good players all across the ground. But don't write off these Nightcliff Tigers. Their defence is fantastic. Midfield really hard at it. And as I talked about before, Fergus Green up forward, he rarely misses and he offers such a target. He's fantastic on the lead. But to give a tip, Southern Districts.
Yeah, I caught up with Dodgy during the week from the Nightcliff Tigers and he was very bullish about them. I just think that they're the side that today have just got a really good team on the board here, and I'd fancy that again. But of course, Southern Districts are the minor premiers. I'm just a bit worried about a couple of the games they had leading into this one. Pretty easy wins for them, and you can only beat who's put in front of you. But the Tigers have done it a bit tougher coming through. That win last week against St Mary's, and St Mary's proved today they're a side to be reckoned with. They're not out of this competition either. But I'm just going to go with the Tigers, but I must admit I am a bit of a Tiger supporter, but I just think tonight, they've got a bit on the ground as well, and I am worried about Southern District's lead into games, that they just didn't have any real tough matches to come into the finals footy.
Oh, I think that's a pretty good tip though, Nick. This Nightcliff Tigers outfit are fantastic, and they didn't just beat Saints last week. They dominated in tough conditions. They won what they needed to. They were hard at the footy, great teamwork, used the footy really well. If they can do the same again this afternoon against Southern Districts, who have had the week off, a little bit of a tender run in perhaps, who knows?
A bit of push and shove in the middle of the ground, just get started. Just let each one know they're there. Waiting for the umpire to ball this one up and get underway in the second semi-final here at TIO Stadium.
Great matchups. Wyatt Ryan up against Mac Johnston. Ball comes down to Parfitt. Got a quick kick away from the middle. Truella head over the footy straight away. Wrapped up in a tackle. Ball stolen from him. He's back in again straight away to lay the tackle. Mitch Truella, another player who was a very good performer last week against St Mary's. Wyatt Ryan wins another one. Jed Anderson towed that one forward. Nathan Brown takes the mark. He called to play on. I thought he clearly took the mark. Umpire's much closer than what we are. Ball up now at half forward. Wyatt Ryan again dominant. Tackle laid in the middle. Umpire just lets them go. Baldy over the footy. Quinton Narkle trying to charge his way through. Ball spills out. Schwartz. Handball. Jed Anderson. Quick kick inside 50. High up and under. Players throwing themselves at it. Jonathan Ross looking for the free kick. Somehow gets the handball away. Wyatt Ryan at ground level. Toes it forward. Nyhouse with the handball. Truella. Another touch. Pulled off the footy. Tigers in hard from defence. And the umpire will call the footy to himself and ball it up inside, attacking 50 here for the Crocodiles. Wyatt Ryan again, the tap backwards. Johnston, his opposing ruckman, goes in to get the footy. Truello at ground level. Quinton Narkle laying the tackle. Players appealing for the free kick on Brown, but nothing doing.
Narkle's had a good end towards the end of the season this year.
Johnston taps that one away, gets it out of the danger zone for a moment. Anderson will wheel around onto his left. Looking for Schwartz, doesn't find him. Working hard here in the forward 50, Isaiah Winder. But the ball shuffled out over the boundary line for the first boundary throw-in of this semi-final. Coolish conditions downstairs, and spent a bit of time down there watching the earlier game, and the wind blowing in the opposite direction towards the other goals at ground level, so it's changed direction now. Dennis already into the ruck contest here. Forward 50 goes to work. Johnston with the handball up to Dennis. Tries to get away to Narkle. Truella crunched in the back. Towed away there from Peris for the Tigers. Boyd Bailey misses the footy. Handball on the up comes to Taron Thomas, the former North Melbourne player. Long kick inside 50. Getting away with the footy now, Rinaldi. Out wide, out there to Fergus Green. And this is what I love about Fergus Green. He's their key forward. Here he is working all the way down to the back pocket. His kick now up to centre wing. On the chase, Shea Link. And the ball pushed towards the boundary line, and another boundary throw in out there on centre wing.
Both sides playing man-to-man footy at the moment. Normally what will happen with the Tigers is they will drop a sweeper in. Decided to keep this one man-on-man at the moment.
Just keep an eye on Matthew Dennis, Nick, just to see what position he's actually playing. Because Wyatt Ryan in the ruck, Matt Dennis, looks like he might be playing centre-half forward for Southern Districts. So both the big men on the ground. Wyatt Ryan winning that one away. A little toe poke forward for Southern Districts. Shannon now. Can he get the handball away? No, he doesn't. Gets a little kick away. Narkle can't pick up. Truella, he can. Tackle. Gets the handball away to Peris. Flicks it out wide. Glover over the footy. Did really well. Got the handball away out wide. The Tigers work it to Brown. Steady. Looking out here for Baldy. On the chase is Taron Thomas. Baldy gets it, handballs to his advantage, held on to, no free. Clark misses the footy, Baldy, well done, got it away. Kennedy taken in a tackle, ball socket forward by Bidmaid. Brown takes it, wrapped up in the tackle, crunched there by Anderson. And the umpire calls for the footy and will ball it up close to the boundary.
Peris throwing a bit around there at the moment. Keep an eye on that one.
Well, the Anderson was the one who was throwing it initially. I think that's why that was starting there.
Fair bit of mud and water can be on that part of the ground as well. So ball holding up before it went over the boundary line. Just keep an eye on that as the game goes on tonight.
4 minutes down here in this first quarter. No score on the board yet from either team. Ruckman gets set. Johnston up against Wyatt Ryan. Ryan wins that one down easily. Baldy comes charging through. Takes the footy. Does beautifully. Gets it away to Tardrew. Now to Truella. Probably should have put it on the boot, and this time he does exactly that. Tardrew up inside forward 50. Fantastic mark. Taj Stanley threw himself with the footy. Took it on his chest. Chips and finds Clark. That's Thomas. Goes to Narkle. Motlop for his first touch. Long kick inside 50. Dennis Had the second touch at it, couldn't quite get hold of it. Truella couldn't pick it up. Dylan Barry can. 1-on-1. Winder gets a handball away. Shannon, quick kick on the right forward, and that's a goal. Matt Shannon with the first of the afternoon. And Isaiah Winder lets his opponent know all about it. But Matt Shannon, beautiful kick on the opposite foot there. The right boot for Shannon. Southern District strike first. 1 straight 6. Nightcliff yet to score.
Yeah, they do that to you, the Southern Districts. Give them a breakaway like that. They're very, very deadly up front. And of course, Schwartz has been the leading goal scorer of the season as well, and that's in the forward line. But just the pressure of just knocking that ball forward at all costs by the Crocs paid off for them. As we watch the replay here, just all the pressure in the world, just off-footed there, and then pops it over for the first goal of the match. So the Crocs get the first one after about 5 minutes gone.
Matt Shannon, such an important player for them. Well, back in the middle. 1 forward again for Southern Districts. Quick kick. Karupas can't take the grab. Recovers well. Gets the footy away to Nyhouse. Nyhouse goes to Lanyon. Out to centre wing. Johnston. To the advantage of Parfitt. Ryan charges in. Takes hold of the footy. He's wrapped up. And the umpire says, I will take it. Again, a little bit of a wrestle. Ball tossed high. Ryan again winning that one forward. Green to Baldy to Truella. They extract by hand. Politis into the middle of the ground. Lorna to Philo. His first touch out on the left boot. Dangerous kick up inside 50. Comes off hands. Again to Blake Lorna. Gets it forward. No mark taken, but the Southern District's defence through Lake handled that one beautifully. Long kick out here to Winder. Karupas body lines the footy, takes it and then is slung to the ground and will take the free kick.
Yeah, never took possession of that ball, and the umpire was just waiting for that, and he played for the free and got it.
Karupas, that's a nice kick. Goes to Bailey. Boyd Bailey, man with the dangerous left boot. High flyers, no mark taken down there by Tardrew. Little soccer forward was good. Parfitt. Does he handball? No, he doesn't. He goes with the left boot, kicks across the face. And there'll be a boundary throw in the right forward pocket.
Yeah, tried to do something a bit leery there. He just taken the time and he said handball that one across. But it's still in their favour in their pocket for the boundary throw in.
Last time Southern Districts played, of course, 2 weeks ago. White Ryan trying to take that one out of the contest. Targ Stanley on the chase, so too Truella. Close to the boundary line, running right into that fence there. Another boundary throw in. 25 around from the Tigers' goal. 8 minutes down here in the first quarter. 1 straight goal is the only score so far to the Crocs. Johnston, Ryan. Give that one to Ryan. Lloyd Johnston tried to take it away. Green to Truella. Beautiful kick on the left boot and finds Parfitt in the pocket. Good combination, and Truella, such a good player. Parfitt doesn't waste any time here. Wheels around on the left boot. Has his shot at goal and misses to the near side.
He never looked confident then. From the moment he took the ball, he was looking for someone to pass it to, and just nothing happened for him. And Motlop's going to bring it back into play.
You'd think an experienced player like that, Nick, take a bit of time.
Yep.
Really have the deliberate shot at goal. Every shot is going to be crucial, given the state of the ground and the weather. Motlop, nice little bit of play to bring this ball back into play for his team. Nice tackle laid. Shannon tries to get the footy away. And he's being held up there for another. Ball up. White Ryan just barging his way in. Johnston up high. Doesn't make any difference. Quentin Narkle charges through. Truella gets a handball away. Stolen by Shannon. Out to Clark. Taken by Truella. Just in everything, Mitchell Truella. Wrapped him up, ball and all. Jalen Clark had no opportunity. The score is 6-1. Truella signalling to the bench. Can I please come off and have a break? Again down. Clark couldn't handle. Thomas back to Jalen. To Thomas. To Anderson. Now they've moved it forward. Tackle laid there by Josiah Farah. And holding the footy is the call on Karupas. So Josiah Farah, his first tackle, his first possession. Off on the left boot. High up and under. Dennis down there. Hard at the footy. Schwartz, Rinaldi over it. Lanyon will take it. Handball comes out to Brown. Goes the long handball. Well done. Finds Politis. Good kick. Finds Shea Link. Good to get the big man involved early. He's one of their key forwards. Fergus Green working through the corridor. He can't see him. Goes shorter to Tardrew. Can't take the grab. Ball spills in the middle. The players dive in. The umpire's going to let them go here for a moment. And another ball up. Just forward of centre, favouring Southern Districts.
That's when they hurt you, Southern Districts, bouncing back like that. Did well to stop, keep that one in the middle.
Marley McGregor slung out of the context. Ball quickly kicked forward. And a nice call from the non-officiating umpire. Free kick will go to Marley McGregor. Called to play on. By one umpire, not by the other. Now he is. Play on he does. Kicks long. Into attacking 50. Almost the mark. It is the mark to Brett Kennedy. Wow. In these conditions, that is no mean feat. Slippery footy, heavy underfoot. Kennedy flies and takes the grab. And an opportunity here from directly in front to kick Nightcliff's first goal.
Kicked 11 goals this season. He kicked
passes off, sorry, Nick. And that is a beautiful kick. And there it is, the hard-working Boyd Bailey somehow snuck into space in Nightcliff's forward 50, takes a grab, and he will be kicking from right of centre, which favours his left foot.
Kicked one last week in the qualifying final.
Boyd Bailey, kick on the way. Umpire does not move. The Tigers are on the board. Thanks to Boyd Bailey. He is such a good player, very good goal kicker, and he's given them the lead in the early stages of this first quarter. 1-1-7 plays one straight 6, 12 minutes down in this first quarter.
Yeah, looking around the ground there, you should see in the replay. McGregor's chipped that one through, and a great mark. As you said, in these conditions, that ball's going to be pretty heavy. There's a fair bit of mud on the ground, as you can see, but there's also piles of water around as well. So the ball's going to be fairly heavy, and to take that, grab that cleanly, and then to think about passing off to Riley Baldy was well done.
Ruck contest here. Southern Districts insert their second stringer, Matt Dennis, who is just such a superb player. He'd be the first ruck in any other team almost in this competition. Dennis up against McGregor. Dennis with the first tap, gets it to Narkle. Tigers had it for a moment, and they will take the free kick as well. So the free kick goes to Jonathan Lanyon, straight off to Philo. Will kick long on the right boot. Down there for Tardrew, got a hand to it, recovers nicely. Chipping kick, well read by Isaiah Winder. Comes in and cuts that one off. Goes long and finds the run there of Jordan Johnston. Long down centre wing. Target Tarrant Thomas, ball punched away from him, goes back in and recovers nicely. Finds Shannon on the left boot. That's cut off. McGregor to Kennedy. By foot goes long. Parfitt takes the mark. Kept his eye on the footy all the way. And even though the pressure came from Stanley, Parfitt takes the grab nicely. And this time, Nick, looks like he's just going to steady for a moment.
Yeah, I think he's more comfortable on this side than he was on the other.
Here he goes. Snap on its way. Snap through. Tigers kick their second. Back to back for them. And they move to 2-1-13, leading Southern Districts one straight 6, almost 14 down in this first quarter.
Yeah, just kicked into a pack of Tigers there, and it's just come straight back. Just bounced through. Thomas couldn't take it. Did there, but then just got tackled away from just by so many Nightcliff players there. Comes back into the middle, and then just dropped it through to Parfitt, who's taken a chest mark and then gone back and kicked it.
Just how important pressure is, Nick. Macaulay Glover, the defender, was the one who ran at Shannon, then just to put that little bit of pressure on. Another one of their great defensive performers last week.
7 in fight side 50s apiece. It's 1-6 to 2-1.
So tight contest here at TIO Stadium. Up goes McGregor, one down easily by Dennis. Baldy with the footy. Has time and space. Handballs forward for Lanyon. Lanyon, long kick. Tardrew was the target, couldn't find him, and close to the boundary line there, Shea Link gets a touch on it, and the ball Goes over for another throw-in. But gee, Nick, Nightcliff, they're really taking the ascendancy just probably in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they had a bit of lull in the middle of the season where I thought, hang on, this season might not be that, but the game last week and then what they've done already at the start here, they look fully on, and it's going to be a big one this evening.
Dennis win that one forward, goes to Lanyon, to Politis. By hand, they work it nicely. Parfitt, that turn, superb. Back inboard, McGregor, right boot. Up inside, forward 50, almost fell to Shea Link. Nice handball comes out from Jalen Clark. Missed his target momentarily, shuffled through. And are they going to call that as deliberate? There's certainly calls for that from the grandstand. No, says the umpire. So another minor score on the board with Stephen Motlop to bring the footy back in. Very fortunate there, Brodie Lake. Nice kick. Motlop finds Narkle. Play on is the call. Taj Stanley doesn't realise that he's been called to play on. Shrugs the tackle. Gets the footy away to Winder. Falls to Narkle. Up into the middle of the ground. Handball comes to Anderson. Little chip into the middle is nice. Now this looks good. Off to Matthew Johnston. On the right boot. Into space. Farah takes the grab. And Will Farah will go back from 30 and have his first shot at goal for the evening. Gee, Nick, once it opened up there for Southern Districts, they just had players available, didn't they?
Yeah, they've done that all year, and so just had a quick look then. They've only lost 3 games in the last 2 seasons, and of course last year's premiers. They lost 2 games this year, 1 to St Mary's and 1 to the Tigers, and they were 2 weeks in a row. But they're a powerhouse side, this Southern District side.
Farah with his kick on the way, and he hits the post 2/3 of the way up. So Southern Districts with their first behind, 1-1-7. Tigers with the footy back into play. Philo. Certainly wasn't prolific last weekend, Philo. Working his way into this game nicely. Long kick and a good mark. Just ran straight at the footy. Johnston, he really wanted that. Jordan Johnston. Long kick inside 50. And that is errant. Mark taken by Macaulay Glover.
Yeah, I think he was going for Narkle. He didn't move fast enough for the pass and then was behind and cut off there well by the Tigers.
Tiger defender was right onto it. Long kick again. Straight down the line. Parfitt edged Motlop out of the way to take the grab. Kicks long. Goes with the torp. Playing in front, Fergus Green couldn't take the grab. Ball socket forward. Tardrew again goes the soccer. First player there will be Jonathan Ross. Little chip out wide, comes again to Jordan Johnston. It's featuring in this first quarter. Long kick back into the corridor. Could have been dangerous. Shannon makes it look good. Goes the chip out wide to the run of Ross. That's a poor kick. Baldy should cut that off, and he does. So Southern Districts, they started well. Their first 5 minutes was good. Not quite what Boyd Bailey was after there. Johnston upended. Ball flicked away to Jalen Clark. Little click goes to Thomas Clark. Loses the footy. Handball inboard from Paris. Philo. Shuffled it forward. Johnston goes to work. That's Matthew. Now Matt Shannon. Time and space. Will Farah offers a lead. He goes longer than that, looking for Barry. We'll find him. Couldn't quite handle the footy cleanly. Brown, unkind bounce. Tarrant Thomas. Handball inboard goes to Barry. Now the chip on goal. Good kick. And the mark taken by Glover. Right on the last line. Urged to play on quickly. Kicks to a 1-on-3 contest. The ball will favour the big man in Mac Johnston. Has a pickup and a half. The big man, that was superb. Gets it back to Paris. Ball's bounce was unkind. He gathered it well. Got it back again to Johnston. Kick up towards Tardrew. Smacked sideways. Schwartz has the footy. Taken down in the tackle. Drops the footy. No call from the umpire. Play on was the call. Flicked sideways. Stephen Motlop comes in. Paris dispossesses him. And the umpire will give a free for a tackle when not in possession. Stephen Motlop perhaps a little bit fortunate there.
Yeah, professionalism there by Motlop. He knew what to do and he rolled backwards as he was tackled as well, which made it look even worse.
Stephen Motlop with the little chip finds Stanley. Handballs forward to Winder. Farah couldn't take the mark. He's had a bit of work to do, Macaulay Glover. Ball comes to Anderson. Winder. Jalen Clark. Kick forward. Truella bodylined the footy. Gets it out. Politis had it, lost it, goes back and gets it. Johnson. In fact, it was Stanley. Tripped his way through. Dennis looked like he was taken high and will take the free kick.
Yeah, definitely taken high there, the umpire. Saw that one.
Dennis goes long. Inside attacking 50. Karupa's got a fingernail to it. Little handball goes to Winder. Snaps on goal and kicks the goal from the pocket. What a goal from Isaiah Winder. One of the best goals you'd want to see. The lead up from Southern District was tremendous. Nice little handball off. He composed himself in a couple of steps. That was the free that led to it.
Yeah, turned his back on him then. And Politis just gave away the free kick. Kicked up into the forward line there. Dropped perfectly for Winder from a handball there. And he's going to take those all day, every day. And thank you very much. He's put it back to a 1-point ball game with not much left to go this first quarter.
Gee, Taron Thomas, that was good too. Hard at the footy, handballed off nicely. Honoured the run of his teammate. Ball back in the middle. Cracking contest here at TIO Stadium. Dennis just waits for the footy nicely. Batted it down to Tardru. Tardru got it to Truella. Hard in at it. Johnston. In fact, it is Johnston. And he gets the ball back again, the big man. High up and under out towards centre wing. And a free kick will be paid for a push. So Stephen Modelop certainly having an effect on this game already from defence. A calming influence. Long kick now, out wide. Quinton Narkle all by himself. Chips inboard, goes to Winder. He's had a first quarter. Kick to goal, set up another. Long kick, one-on-one. Taron Thomas can't take the mark and the ball will go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket. 22 down here, 1-point ball game. 2-2 plays 2-1. Crocs in the lead. In fact, I should say Nightcliff in the lead.
Nightcliff in the lead, but the Crocs have been right in this one. It's they're favouring inside 50s as well, 12-9 at the moment.
So the Tigers just a little bit more efficient, perhaps. Ruck contest, Johnston from the back. Karupa's had it, lost it. Dennis takes it, tries to get a kick away, got a handball away to Narkle on the left boot, puts it into a dangerous position. Glover couldn't take the mark. Nyhouse gets it out. But like any good ruckman, there he is waiting, a kick behind play. Matthew Dennis, an opportunity as we tick towards quarter time, Nick Danks, to put the Crocodiles in front.
Yeah, he may be kicking this one right on the siren, so you want to be careful not to run around, because it won't be far away. You've only had 4 goals scored, so you would think 23 and a bit minutes will do it. And there it is. Yeah.
Fantastic call, Nick Danks. Got the stopwatch in the pocket, haven't you? Matthew Dennis to put the Crocs in front, or level, or still behind. The Nightcliff defender did a great job there. Kept the ball in play. No score. The Tigers take the lead at quarter time.
Yeah, 2-1-13 to 2-2-14. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL finals. We'll be back shortly with the second quarter.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in the screen. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Windmill for the land, I'm forever hand in hand. Take it all out on your stride, it is taking falling down. Love forever, love is freely, time forever.
Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Such a sexy.
Welcome back to AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League. Week 2 of the finals, the second semi-final, Southern Districts versus the Tigers. I'm Nick Dex, my commentary partner this evening, Don McCormack. And an absolute beauty and some great players out there. Of course, Johnston's played, got 6 goals earlier in the season against Wanderers and has played an absolute standard tonight.
Well, his defensive work in that first quarter was just outstanding, wasn't it? His manning up was good. He took some brave marks and then using his foot skills to advantage, he's really held them up nicely. And Mitch Truella here for the Tigers, one of the redheads of the competition, over the footy in the middle, handballing out to his teammate there. You can see Riley Baldy, Truella just in and under and hard at it, and that's exactly what you've got to do in these conditions.
Yeah, the big redhead, he's kept right down there. There's been a couple of times he's been in the bottom of the pack, and he's kept that one coming out. And we've got an absolute beauty going, which you would expect between these two sides. As I said, Southern District's only lost 3 games in the last 2 seasons, and they were, of course, the reigning premiers and the current minor premiers, only losing 2 matches this season. And the Tigers, of course, you haven't written them off, triple premierships a few years ago. And the winner of this one into the grand final, the loser will take on St Mary's.
Here we go. Ball tossed high, Ryan up against Johnston. Ryan may have got a touch on that. Out comes Johnston. This time it's Matthew Johnston. Difficult kick. Shannon couldn't handle. Truella hard in at it. Cleared a path for his teammates. Parfitt has it. Back to the big man in Johnston. Gets his kick away. Untidy, but it doesn't matter. It's forward for the Tigers. Johnston takes it and takes that one over the boundary line. How will they see that? Oh, toss it in, says the central umpire.
There was a time that would have been a 50-metre penalty for throwing the ball on the ground there, but I think he was just angry himself. He just couldn't stop. When you look at the ground and the mud out there, you can understand that it was a little bit slippery, and the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Probably rightly so too, Nick Danks. Johnston wins that one down beautifully. Philo couldn't quite get his kick away. Shannon picks up. Left foot kick to Taron Thomas, can't handle. Through comes Lorna. Pressure being applied here by the Tigers. Look at their numbers around the footy. Brown sweeps the handball out to Green. Green now. Long kick. Ball punched away. Goes to the back of the pack. Through comes Bailey. Toes it forward to his advantage. Johnston there as well. Bailey keeps it in. And then pushed over by the Southern District's defender for a boundary throw-in.
Big change for Motlop this season. Of course, one of the league's leading goal scorers last season, and pushed him into the back line, and he's taken full control of that there for Southern Districts.
Oh, he's just such a quality player, isn't he? Look at his calmness around the footy. That's what he adds. White Ryan tries to take that one out of the ruck, comes back to him on the second grab, gets a kick away. Shannon, beautiful left foot, straight down the line. Ball batted towards the boundary line momentarily. Ryan Nyhouse, captain for the Tigers, gets the footy out, goes to Johnston. He's crunched, and Farah sees the ball out of bounds. Another reason perhaps for Motlop to be going into the back line, Michael Bowden, the captain for Southern Districts, has not played a lot of footy and normally plays at half back.
Yeah,
so a calm head.
Yeah, definitely put him back there for that as well, as you said, with Bowden being out of the side.
A key out really for Southern Districts, such a terrific player, Michael Bowden. White Ryan wins that one down. Johnston gets a handball out. Anderson and Truella at ground level. Crashing in there was Josiah Farah. Holds the footy in. And again, the umpire says, I will have it. There he is again. Mitch Truella at the bottom of the pack. Ryan moves himself into the front position. Tap goes to Baldy. Footy comes out to Johnston. Anderson with the handball. Districts tap it forward. Matt Shannon had it, lost it. Nightcliff player down. Over the footy. And there's going to be a free here, and it will go to the Tigers. Parfitt to take it, and Nathan Brown, the worst for wear behind the scenes. Almost a mark to Paris. Goes to work against his opponent in Ross. Ross wins at ground level, gets the ball backwards to Stephen Motlop. Nearly lost the footy. No mark taken. Anderson strong with the body. Narkle over the footy. Got it out to Stephen Motlop. Kick up to half forward. Barry had it punched away from him. Parfitt with a nice handball. Gets it to Nyhouse. Little chip to Paris. Nightcliff steady.
Brown just come to the bench with a shoulder injury. He scrapped his shoulder as he'd come off, so I'll keep an eye on him down there.
Paris long kick down into forward 50 and the ball off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, just on the bench being looked at the moment, it was his left shoulder that he's got grabbed as he's come through.
So players resetting here. Early stages of this second quarter. 1 point the difference. Nightcliff in front. Ryan and Johnston go at it. Quinton Narkle eventually gets the tap away. Parfitt takes the footy, loses the footy. Anderson with the handball. Tackle laid. Winder did well. Got it sideways to Matthew Johnston. Pressure was put on. And the ball kicked out of bounds on the full. Here they go again, Nick. This is just like the way Nightcliff played against Saints last week. Immense pressure.
Yeah, just not giving Southern District Crocs an ounce to move, an inch to move. And now he's going to go and get this ball over the fence. Big crowd here today, but unfortunately they're all on the grandstand side. On this side, they don't tend to appear over there until probably 2 weeks' time when we have grand final. We've got a few over that side of the ground, but there's a few in the crowd, as you can see, and they're pretty loud. The Pine supporters were for the previous game. And you can hear the Tiger supporters now as he goes and recovers the football, probably from St Mary's Football Club, that far away.
Jumps the fence easily there, Jack Paris. Well done. Brings that footy back into play. Back from a stint in the AFL. Back playing finals for his mighty Tigers. Stanley marks on the chest. One of Southern District's young guns being told what direction to kick the footy in there by one of the calm older heads in Stephen Motlop. Long kick out to centre wing, comes off hands. McGregor had a touch on it, now a tackle laid, and the umpire will ball it up again. Out on the far wing. Paris in the action, jumping fences, kicking the ball forward, bottom of the pack. White Ryan easily beating McGregor, and the ball over the boundary line yet again.
He's a big man there, White Ryan. He's just a bit hard to control in the ruck.
McGregor might have to try something different here. Can't go body on body with him. He's got a great lead. Might have to try and use that a little bit more. Ryan consistently taking the front position. Here he goes again, just out bodies him easily. Ross was the only one who could come in and pick up the footy, tossed to the ground by Truella. And again, another stoppage. Narkle in the action. Ryan going again. McGregor tried to take front position, couldn't do so. Southern Districts kick the footy forward. Nighthouse tried to belt it forward. Paris gets a kick away. Players charging in at the footy. Handball comes out, cut off by Anderson for Southern Districts. Tardrew lays a good tackle. Then the handball comes out to Anderson. Quick kick away on the left. Barry's there. Touch came from Parfa to the advantage of Barry. Accidentally towed that towards the boundary. And again, we'll get another boundary throw in. This time, about 70 around from the Crocodiles' goal.
Yeah, the ground condition didn't help that one there with the bounce. He's just taken a sideways bounce off a divot and ran out of bounds.
Tough conditions and quite a bit of rain here in Darwin today. Dennis slaps that forward. Footy taken by Kennedy. Kicks it to open spaces. The race is on. Politis charging at the footy. So too Shannon. Shannon gets there first. Soccers it to the boundary. There's only one decision to be made here, and that will go to the Tigers.
Big decision there was which one kicked it, actually. So that's 50.
50-metre penalty for Shannon not getting on the mark. Or was he mouthing off there, Nick?
No, he ran across it to go to the interchange. So ran in between the mark and the free kick and the player on the mark.
So Politis called to play on. He's kicked long down towards the goal square. Contest. Players surrounding the footy. No one initially went for it. At ground level, it shuffled out. Socket away. Lucky not to be kicking in danger. Handball comes out. Politis steals it. Handball again. Green, good hands. Parfit, calm, finds Link on the chest. Yeah, get it into the hands of good ball users, Nick.
Yeah, so I was going to say, they do that really well, the Tigers. They just don't blaze away at goal. They tend to just chip it around and look for someone loose, and that's exactly what they did there. So the other sides will have a ping, and these guys will just lower their eyes and look for somebody on their own, and big opportunity here. Yeah,
look at that. The AFL experience there. Fergus Green had the footy. First player he saw, Brandon Parfit gave the hands. Then the nice kick. So Shea Link now. Left of centre. Lopes in. Kick on goal. Low ball. Straight ball. Shea Link adds his name to the score sheet. And Nightcliff hit the scoreboard in this second quarter. 3-2-20 leads 2-1-13. 9 minutes gone in the second. Yeah, as you're saying, he was just the talent out there. The only Kickley Danger got away with that because he was his own player. Or else he probably would have pinged him for it. But as you said, just the AFL talent there just took the time and then a chip over. He had to choose about 4 or 5 to chip to in the middle there as well, if you have a look. And then a great finish here to put the Tigers back to that 7-point lead that they had halfway through the first quarter. To the only goal, Nick, so far in this second quarter. Tight contest. High goes McGregor. Again, doesn't make any difference. White Ryan won it down, but Baldy gets the first kick out. Philo's pickup was magnificent. Handball sideways to Tardrew was just as good. Goes to Kennedy on the left boot. Parfit out wide. Can't trap the footy out of bounds for a throw-in. Southern Districts players there appealing for the deliberate. A little ambitious, perhaps. Different rule next year, of course. White Ryan again wins that one forward. Districts into the middle. Ball punched away from Schwartz. Tarrant Thomas bumped off the footy. Tigers hard at it. McGregor kick up inside 50. Lloyd Johnston takes the relieving mark. Been one of Southern District's best throughout the season, and look at that for a kick. Finds the chest of Beau Schwartz. I've never ever seen it on a team sheet. One of 3 vice captains for today's game. Oh, poor kick on that occasion. Taken by Ryan Nyhouse. Handball's off to Kennedy. Kennedy the long ball, and that is out of bounds on the full. 3 vice captains for Southern Districts, 2 captains for Nightcliff. Districts bring the ball into play to Motlop. Little chip needs to be good. Stanley drops it. Tigers with numbers. Stanley was able to recover, got a little toe in there. Stripped to the footy. That's a great tackle. In fact, no, it's not.
Hit high.
Shea Link with the footy. Kicks long. Tigers in good position. Chasing after it, Bailey. Brodie Lake, well done. And then he slips over. Handballs backwards. Pressure on. The relieving kick out wide to centre wing. Brown shoved his opponent out of the way. Socketed forward. Parfitt takes it. Little handball. Finds Lanyon. On the left boot, out towards Green. And he takes the mark. Eyes only for the footy. Runs on. Stabs at goal and kicks a point. 3-3-21 plays 2-1-13. The Tigers looking really dangerous. Districts bring the ball back into play. Jonathan Ross takes the footy on the chest. Chips inboard. Finds Clark. Has to go backwards to Johnston. He goes backwards. Finds Stephen Motlop. Out to Lake. To Stanley. Just making sure every defensive player gets a touch. Lake runs on, receives the handball. Long kick cut off by Truella. Karupas gets it, just bangs it back inside 50. Should have done better with it. Had many players clear. Winder now. Pushed off the footy too easily. Well done, Rinaldi. Got it to Truella. Nice kick. Just pops it over the top to Bailey. Fergus Green in the clear. He's got players in the clear. Kennedy down in the goal square. Baldy in the pocket. Probably the worst of 3 options that he had. Baldy now, long kick, dangerous kick. It's a mark. Taken by Peter Politis. Wow, the Tigers, Nick, with options everywhere.
Yeah, there was 5 Tigers players free in that square. Then he said he took the worst option, but in the end, Baldy's chipped it over to probably the better option anyway. But Southern Districts have gone inside 50 once in this quarter. They led it 12-9 at quarter time.
Politis kicks on goal, makes no mistake, kicks Nightcliff's 4th, and he kicks his 1st. So Nightcliff with the only 2 goals in this second quarter. They move to 4-3-27. Southern Districts 2-1-13 at the 14-minute mark of this second quarter.
Yeah, it's 9 inside 50s to 1 this quarter. But as you said, if we looked at the wide shot, then he had a heap to kick to. You can see the 2 guys in the goal square by themselves. And then, of course, Baldy went, well, I'll take one of them as well. And a third one came in. And the Politis was the one he gave it to. And Politis said, no, I'll take the shot.
Well, their forward line's working well. Their midfield's working well. Their defensive 6 are working well. And they're in front by 14 at the 14-minute mark. White Ryan again winning a ruck contest. Truella, however, will take it out of the middle. Gets it to Tardrew. Wheels back around. On the right boot. Goes straight down the corridor. Johnston. Well done. Worked his way in front of Parfitt beautifully. Handballs to Stephen Motlop. Drilling ball out to White Ryan. Nathan Brown missed the whole thing. Beau Schwartz soccers it to his advantage. Soccers it again. Good kick. And just missing it was Josiah Farah. Socket through for the minor score.
Yeah, Josiah wasn't happy that the Tigers player kicked that intentionally, but if he hadn't done it, it was going to be kicked to goal. So
Macaulay Glover brings that one back into play. What a great kick out to Nathan Brown. Great to see him back on the ground after that left shoulder complaint. Good kick. Finds his captain. Of course, Brown, a former captain of this team. Bailey takes the grab at centre wing. Little chip. On the grab finds Lanyon. Lanyon long. Inside 50. Link flies for the footy. At the drop. Parfitt. Handball inboard. Tigers with numbers. Southern Districts under all sorts of pressure. And the umpire says, I will have it.
Oh, he had two decisions then, holding the ball or head high, and he took the one in the middle.
Or the sling tackle.
Yeah, or the sling tackle. Did duck his head.
Did duck his head. And then taken. How you can say that is not holding the ball, I do not know. White Ryan taps that one away beautifully again. Lanyon. District's working really hard. Anderson over the footy, socketed forward, cut off by Tardrew. Quick kick forward. Mark taken, dropped by Motlop. Baldy lays the tackle. This time they're done. Baldy with the free.
Yeah, been very reliable this season, Baldy has been.
Baldy not wasting any time. Kicks on goal, snap on goal, and he kicks it too far for the minor score. Again, Nick just not taking any time there. Didn't need to rush.
Yeah, I've seen the Tigers lose games this season where they've had the opportunities to put sides away and just rushed the goal kicking and missed a couple of shots, and this hopefully isn't one of those tonight.
Stephen Motlop with the kick in, misses the target. Bailey takes the footy. Paris with a nice little shepherd. Green with the handball. Politas had it, lost it. Johnston manages to get a quick kick away. Nyhouse, calm. Takes the grab on the chest. Tigers on the march here. Inside 50. Look at the kick and look at the lead. Stanley Cox on the burst. Takes that beautifully on his chest. It should go back. Take his time and have the deliberate kick on goal. Don't think we've called him all game so far.
No, we haven't either. He's lining this one up.
How he got free there, I don't know, but the kick from Ryan Nyhouse was superb. They've kicked the only 2 goals in this quarter, the Tigers. Could this be the third? Kick on its way, looks good off the boot, and he misses to the near side.
Yeah, the breeze is pushing to that one. He did aim for the left-hand post, and he aimed for the right and just stayed there.
4-5 plays 2-2. Tigers in the lead. Stephen Motlop again to bring the ball back into play. Kicks long to the Morris Rioli grandstand side. No mark taken off hands. Parfitt first there, crunched without the footy by Narkle. Takes the free. Plays on immediately. Paris rewarded for making some space. Kicks long to the contest. And another mark taken. Bit of push and shove. Anderson comes in, they're attacking Truella for a moment there, but Shea Link has taken the grab for the Tigers.
Yeah, a few words being said.
No one really knows what's going on here. Shea Link was trying to work his way forward, and then a tackle was laid, so he thought there was a 50-metre penalty, which there is not. So another opportunity for the Tigers. Nick, they've got to take these opportunities because this won't be the case all evening here, I wouldn't expect. Absolutely
not. This is one of the things that it's 13 inside 50s to 2 this quarter. Whoa. And they just need to make sure that they get that advantage on the scoreboard.
Well, Shea Link, he is one of the goal kickers in this second quarter. One of only 2. Coming in now for his second. Kicks on goal. And kicks the goal for the Tigers. There's a bit of chesting going on behind the scenes. It doesn't matter. The scoreboard shows that the Tigers are up 5-5-35 to Southern Districts 2-2-14. 19 minutes gone in the second.
Yeah, Clark from the Crocs is getting involved a little bit there as well. But as we watch the replay here, just a good grab. The umpire paid him as soon as he took this mark. He took the second grab, and then, of course, the front-on hit probably was going to be a foul anyway by Matthew Johnson. And then it just got a bit push and shovey, and then Jed Anderson, who's one of the vice captains, came in and just made it a bit more argumentative, but went through and, didn't see this one coming this soon. 21-point lead to the Tigers.
Close to time on here, second quarter. And there should not be a lot of time on either. Dennis wins this one down. Tackle laid in the middle by Marley McGregor. Wrapped Anderson up nicely. Dennis again, the little tap. Truella gets a handball away. Shannon stole it. His hands were cut off. Back towards Kennedy. Narkle in hard. Got a handball away to Farah, to Anderson. Handball shuffled out wide. Lanyon on the chase. Anderson laid the tackle. Lanyon back in there again. Anderson trying to tap the footy out while he wraps up Lanyon at the same time. Great contest between those two. Ball up here at half forward for Southern Districts.
You can see where it's fairly damp in that part of the ground where it was ripping up when the players went down.
Tap to the advantage of Southern Districts. Quick kick away from Johnston. Knocked away by Nyhouse. Barry brought to ground. Politis did well. Got a kick away. Johnston will be first there. Takes the footy. Runs to 50. Kicks on goal. Down to the goal square. And through for the minor score. The wrestle on the line between Brown and Schwartz, I think it may have been. 1 point to the board for Southern Districts.
2 rush behinds this quarter. Southern Districts all they've got.
Macaulay Glover brings the footy back into play. Thumped away for a boundary throw in. What a contest. Southern Districts thought they were going to cruise into the grand final. Well, Nightcliff, they had a cracking match against St Mary's last week. They dominated that game, earned this position, and they're making the most of it right now. Dennis up against Johnston. Dennis wins that one down. Philo had it, wrapped up by Shannon. And holding the footy, says the umpire. Wow.
That was hot.
That was hot. The umpire right on the spot. Shannon now to drive this one inside 50. Long ball. Down to Narkle. Handball comes out from Anderson. Dangerous. Tigers close to the boundary. Parfitt runs that one through for the minor score. 2-4-16 plays 5-5-35. 22 and a half gone, second quarter.
There's signals from the bench here just to slow it down. This can't be much off with a few goals scored this quarter.
Macaulay Glover, that's a horrible kick. Opportunity here for Southern Districts. Macaulay Glover goes back in to tidy up his work. Truella was fantastic. Got it to Nyhouse. Long kick down the line. Goes to the back with Mark Bidmaid. One of the unsung heroes for the Crocodiles is Mitchell Bidmaid. The fly from Jonathan Ross, couldn't take the grab. Gets it inside 50 to Barry. Wrapped up in a tackle from none other than Truella. Ball spills. Farah couldn't pick it up. Anderson at ground level. Handball forward. Towed by Schwartz, close to the boundary line. Tackled. Drops the footy. And the umpire says there's going to be a ball up as the half-time siren sounds here at TIO Stadium.
Yeah, you're watching AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Final Series. Second semi-final, 2-4-16 to 5-5-35. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this thing. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, We're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Come and dance with me. 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 Come and dance with me.
Coming down to the light of day, we got many moons that are deep at play. So I keep an eye on the shadow smile to see what it has to say. You and I both know everything must go away. What do you say? Spinning out that is on my heart. It's like a bit of light and a touch of dark. You got sneak attack from the zodiac that I see off my spot. Keep the breeze and go, blow by blow and go away. What do you say?
Welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League. It's semi-final number 2, and the Tigers currently leading by 19 points over the Crocs. And Dom, great quarter there from the Tigers, and Southern Districts need to do something really quickly in this quarter.
They sure do. They're relying on one of these big men here, and that's Wyatt Ryan. Wins that first tap out. Baldy hard at it. Handball comes out to Parfitt, and there they go again. Baldy with another possession. Off the half-back flank comes Macaulay Glover, one of their better performers in the first half. Steadying down Peris, off to the run of Parfitt. Being pursued by Anderson. Not quite the kick that he was after, but it'll skid through over the boundary line. And the Tigers already inside 50. They have a boundary throw in 25 around from their goal. Perfect start for them, Nick.
Yeah, 13 inside 50s to 6, and they only got 4 of them towards the end, Southern District did. So Nightcliff dominated that second quarter.
Only 3 points for the second quarter for Southern Districts. That one there battered down by Wyatt Ryan again. Tackle laid immediately. And yet again, another stoppage.
And all 3 of those points were rush behinds. There was a run over the line, a kick over the line, and then a knock over as well. So nothing clear for the Crocs.
Wyatt Ryan, another tap out. Down there to bid made. Tackle laid by Kennedy. Pressure right on here inside attacking 50. Last man up there, Brandon Rusker. Johnston couldn't handle. Stephen Motlop. His kick out of bounds on the full, wearing the number 10 there. Now Stephen Motlop changed from 32 to 10.
Yeah, a bit of knock on the head, a bit of blood on the shirt. They made him change at half-time, and he's out there. He's pretty obvious when he's playing.
Now the captain here, Brodie Philo, taking this free kick, indicating that he's going to have a shot at goal. He will have the distance, scoots around, kicks long. That's a great looking kick. It's through for a goal. Don't tell me. What a goal from Brodie Philo. He told them he was having a shot. He took the responsibility, and that is one of the best goals you'd ever want to see.
Yeah, I think I saw a goal like that when you were talking at half-time about the NT Thunder. I remember that in the grand final one time, and one of the finals kicked from a very, very similar position.
Here he goes. Look at this. It's always going to have the distance, Nick, but what about the accuracy?
Snuck that one through. And don't forget, tickets are now available via Ticketmaster for our 2 AFL matches here at TIO Stadium. Begin with the Gold Coast Suns taking on St Kilda on Saturday the 9th of May, followed by the Suns and Port Adelaide on Friday the 15th of May. Tickets available through Ticketmaster. You're down south, good time to come up and see 2 great games of footy.
Wyatt Ryan up against Mac Johnston here in the middle. Again, Wyatt Ryan, first touch, but yet again, the Tigers take it out of the middle. Truella up towards Philo, gathers the footy, onto the left boot. Little chip, was looking for Kennedy. Stanley Cox came charging through. They get the ball clear, good pressure over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. Took them 2 minutes to kick the first goal, Nick. Not what Southern Districts were looking for. They're in some trouble now, Southern Districts.
Yeah, 3 inside 50s to zip so far. Hasn't even gone out of pretty much the 50-metre arc for Nightcliff, apart from for balling it up after the goal.
Ryan again, winning yet another boundary throw in. Anderson extracts the footy. Nyhouse protects it. Ball thumped towards the boundary by Brown. And the umpire says, throw it in, please. Isaiah Winder there, thinking that he had the free kick.
Yeah, I think he did.
Big men resetting. Johnston yet again up against Wyatt Ryan. Wyatt Ryan just so big and powerful. Wins that one down again, but it's just not working. Peris taking that one away from the stoppage. Dangerous. No mark taken. Districts at the fall of the footy. Can't pick it up cleanly. Clark it was. Got it out to Brodie Lake. Ball just stuck there for a moment. Peris picked it up, one grab. Handball forward to Kennedy, to Bailey. Wheels onto the left boot. Loses the footy. Peris with the snap. And just went a little too far. Just couldn't get the bend to bend.
That's right. These yellow shirts are everywhere, aren't they? They're just not giving the Crocs any room at all.
No, the pressure's immense.
As you said, they did the same again last week against St Mary's.
Stephen Motlop with ball in hand here. 42 plays 16. Only 4.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. But the Crocodiles under enormous pressure. Kick to the back. Mark taken. Good grab too by the big man in Ben Vile. Plays on quickly. Out wide. Finds Tardrew. Pumps this one back inside 50. Green at the back. Stanley was there, so too Johnston. Jonathan Ross, good hands out to Clark. Mark dropped. Pressure comes from Tardrew, close to the boundary line. Johnston gets his handball away. Well done. Jonathan Ross wrapped up in the tackle. And that is a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, safe for holding the ball by falling over the boundary there. Could have been pinged pretty easily. A bit of rain here at half-time. Gone away at the moment. There's a bit more coming through, though.
Just to make it even slippier and more uncomfortable, Nick.
I'm sure the Tigers will be happy about slowing down Southern Districts.
Yes. Johnston trying to maintain front position there, and a free kick will come back to the Tigers. Johnston with the ruck win there. Winning his team a free kick. Pumps this one deep inside 50. The flyer was Shay Link, and he takes the mark beautifully. Quinton Narkle thought that he had it, and Shay Link came from the back and just clunked that one. 2 arms extended. That's what you love to see from your key forward. So Shay Link, the only multiple goal scorer on the ground. He kicked 2 goals in the second quarter, lining up now for a third. Happy sounds from the grandstand. Must be Nightcliff supporters, I think, at this stage. Shay Link ambles in. Kick on the way. And he's pushed it to the right-hand side, so a minor score on the board.
And Breeze swirling around the ground again.
Stephen Motlop looking to go straight up the middle. Target Jordan Johnston, flies for the footy. Can't get a hold of it. Battle for it in the middle. Comes back to him. Well done. Karupis loses the footy. Dennis picks it up. Nice handball. Now the long kick. Looking for the run of Isaiah Winder. Pursuing him, Blake Lorna. Close to the boundary. Loses the footy. Lorna scores the try. And the umpire says, toss it in.
Only had one thought in his mind then, Lorna did. It was just get that ball over the thing, give chance for his teammates to get back.
So explain to me, Nick, how is that not deliberate? How is that not deliberate?
Yeah, he didn't have any other thought in his mind, did he? As soon as he's running, thought, I've got one option here, is get it over the boundary line.
It's like an NRL try. Close to goal here for Southern Districts. Little chip forward. Dylan Barry out-bodied. Charging in again. Oh. Dennis with the footy. Got a foot to it. Politis picks up. Bangs it away to open spaces. Targ Stanley. Oh, with a turn of pace. Had it, lost it. White Ryan's there. He will pick it up. Takes the footy. Left foot. Inside. Looking for Barry. Can't find him. Comes to Anderson. Taken in the tackle. Ball spills. Well done there by the big man in Johnston. Got it out wide, and now the kick out towards Fergus Green is touched, and another boundary throw in. This Nightcliff defence working extremely well. Southern Districts are putting on some pressure. No doubt about that. Just can't get hold of the footy cleanly. 13 scoring shots to 6 in favour of the Tigers. White Ryan in front. Takes the footy away. Baldy paddles it towards the boundary and wins another 30 metres for his team.
Yeah, scored 3 points since the first quarter, the Crocs. Tigers have kicked 4 goals, 5 in that period.
White Ryan again from the ruck contest. Narkle had it, tapped it, found Jayden Clark, brought down. Truella in the middle. Another handball to Brown. Releases well. Out into clear and open spaces in front of the Morris Rioli grandstand. Shannon charges in at the footy. Couldn't take it cleanly. Kennedy toe pokes it away. Parfitt, handball to Politis. Struggled for a moment. Got it back up to Parfitt on the left boot. Into open spaces and will bounce out of bounds. But again, Nightcliff with players in the clear. Boundary throw in. 70 around from the Tiger goal face.
Yeah, they're just lagging behind a bit at the moment, the Crocs. They're just a couple of dawdling back through.
Ryan up against McGregor. Ryan easily down. Straight to Johnston, got a quick kick away. Socket away by Schwartz. Vile on the chase. The big man taps it towards the boundary. Dennis comes in and takes the footy. It's held in. And the umpire to ball it up. Well done by Matty Dennis. Kept the ball forward of centre for his team. Wins him another stoppage. Dennis up against McGregor. Taps it to Bidmaid. Straight down to McGregor. Ryan couldn't handle. Philo can. Handball into the clear. And there's a free kick going to Southern Districts here.
Yeah, something on the Ryan off the ball.
Here we go. Handballs backwards to Stephen Motlop. He'll go long inside 50. Charging at the footy was Karupis. Bull-chested, couldn't take the mark. Sockers it away. That's a win. On the chase, Jordan Johnston secures the footy for his team and then turns it over. Taron Thomas gets involved. Can't handle cleanly. Dispossessed. And dropping the ball, says the umpire. Marley McGregor takes the ball. Oh.
2 on the mark then.
Just tried to be too quick there, Marley McGregor. Karupis was good. Got it back to Baldy, who'll just steady play down. Had a terrific game against Dylan Lant last week for the Nightcliff Tigers. That's a nice kick forward. Finds McGregor. Handballs on the run to Baldy. Chip inside 50. Cox will take the grab. Stanley Cox in front of his immediate opponent just takes that easily, but the delivery, Nick, was magnificent. Baldy on the run.
Yeah, great pass there. Cox to get to score a goal today. Probably needs to push this one to the left-hand post.
You would have loved that last kick from Brodie Philo.
Yeah.
He followed your instructions to perfection. Kicking at goal. Let's see whether Stanley Cox can do the same here. He's had one kick at goal. Scored a point. Kick on its way. Starts at left, stays left. So 6-8-44 now the Tigers. Plays 2-4-16, 12 gone in this third quarter. Stephen Motlop brings the ball in to the grandstand side. Anderson couldn't take the grab. Bailey at ground level. Ball held in. Anderson involved in another little scrap. Umpire well done. Just tosses the ball straight up. Wyatt Ryan down towards Anderson. Ryan with a quick kick away and the ball seen out of bounds for another boundary throw in. Tempers fraying a little bit out there, Southern Districts. This is not what they would have wanted or expected. Nightcliff playing a fantastic brand of finals footy. Wyatt Ryan shoving his opponent McGregor out of the way. Bidmaid with a quick kick. Politis over the footy, wrapped up as soon as he took it. Brought to ground by Johnston and Barry. District's trying to fire themselves up, I think, Nick, with some of this play that's going on.
I just can't see where they're going to get this from at the moment. They just seem to be stuck in the middle of the ground.
Wyatt Ryan can win every single tap out, but on 9 times out of 10, it's Nightcliff that are first in.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter at the moment, his ruck dominance. They just can't get to the fall of the footy.
Yeah, Thomas, Narkle. There's a couple there that have just gone missing at the moment, and Narkle's gone back into the forward line, but they can give them the run out of the middle of the ground if they can get the ball.
So yet again, we see Wyatt Ryan winning that down, half at the one taking it. Jordan Johnson, in fact, Matthew Johnson trying to put physical pressure on, but it's after the play is completed, really. So Wyatt Ryan, you hear the call there, tap it to the boundary, went to Bidmaid, couldn't handle cleanly. Wyatt Ryan charging in and takes the footy out of bounds for, dare I say it, yet another boundary throw in.
Another throw in there, but going to push it and shoving. As you said, that Crocs are just trying to throw their weight around instead of just getting on with playing football. There's some absolute class out there in that side.
Oh,
they're just not getting the opportunity to play there. And just there with Thomas just taking a few digs at Lanyon.
Here we go again. Wyatt Ryan yet again winning the contest. This time finds Taron Thomas. Out towards Narkle, one bounce over the boundary. They get a stoppage inside, attacking 50.
Yeah, they're the two I want to see fire up for the Crocs to get them back in there is Thomas and Narkle. I watched them a couple of weeks ago, and when they get going, they're a pretty dangerous pair out there, but just not getting an opportunity from the Tigers.
Shallow boundary throw in. Neither ruckman's going to get there. On the full, White Ryan did eventually after Politis took the footy. Ball comes to Truella, tapped it to Lanyon. He's taken in a tackle. And reset again. White Ryan works his way in front. Nyhouse, nice little tap away there by Kennedy. Truella did the same. Now it's 2-1. Paris tapped it forward, went to Tardrew. He cleared a bit of space. Paris was taken high. No. Good contest here in the middle. Players throwing themselves in. Tackle laid. Problem with all of those tackles I'm finding, Nick, is that almost every time there's a tackle laid, it's the Nightcliff player who was first into the ball who is being tackled. There's two districts tacklers, but Nightcliff are first to the footy.
Absolutely. It's been like that all night.
Here goes Ryan again. Taps that one down to advantage. Again, they go to work at ground level. This time coming up with the footy. Well done. Brandon Rusker for the Crocodiles. White Ryan just shoves his opponent out of the way. Wins that one forward. Narkle in a wrestle. Ball brought to ground with Truella. Tough players there. Ryan up against Johnston this time. Schwartz over the footy, shuffles it out. Narkle did really well. Ball came to Politis, crunched in a tackle. Over the footy, Jalen Clark. Ball comes up to Parfitt. Up towards centre half forward. Bailey couldn't take the grab. Ground level. Paris was good. Handball to Bailey. Quick kick to centre half forward. Unclean was Johnston. Got it back to Stanley. Good kick. Finds Narkle. That was brilliantly done by Tard Stanley. Little chip forward goes to Jalen Clark. Fumbled. Play on was the call. Went to Tarrant Thomas. Now to Johnston. Pressure came from Parfitt. Karupas is there. Got a touch on it. Johnston, the big ruckman. The kick and hope. Lands on the chest of Jordan Johnston. Goes sideways to Stephen Motlop. Just minding him is Shea Link. Just out of picture there for the moment. Little chip goes to Thomas Clark. Sideways to Brodie Lake.
Tigers let them do this for the next 35 minutes or so.
They won't be too concerned at all. Kick to fall short here. Play on, said the umpire. Winder tried to con, didn't work. Philo to pick up. Quick hands were good. Paris shared it nicely with Tardrew. Got himself in a little bit of trouble. Goes to Johnston. They worked their way out of it. It was untidy for a moment, but the ball comes to Paris. Now out wide into the clear. Baldy, normally a good ball user, has Green or Bailey long. Kennedy's there. Will take the grab. Right in front of goal. Took a punch to the ribs after he'd taken the grab, but he's lining up for goal. He's not going to be too worried about that. And Nightcliff with an opportunity to kick their 7th here. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when the lead is 44-16, it's immense.
Certainly is, and we've held Southern District scoreless for this quarter, and they only got 3 points in the last one.
So Brett Kennedy lining up for his team's 7th goal, kicks and puts it straight through the middle. The Tigers, yet again, they've kicked the first 2 goals of the quarter, and they move to 7-8-50, leading the Crocodiles 2-4-16, almost 19 gone in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was a 1-point lead to the Tigers. As we watch the replay here, this is when Tigers look good, but they can kick the ball around the boundary, just take their time, and then he could have kicked it to 1, 2, there's 4 Tigers loose there. And just Southern Districts have just gone off at its head. It's a knock after he got rid of the ball. And 34-point lead. I said 1 point at quarter time lead to Tigers, 19 at half time, out to 34 points. And the Crocs haven't scored in this quarter at all.
This is exactly what the Tigers did to St Mary's last week. They failed to score heavily in either the second or the third. Here they go again. Mark taken on the paint of 50 by McGregor. Will pump this one inside, deep 50. Shea linked the target. Can't take the grab. Johnston at the footy. Paddles it. Finds the boundary. Boyd Bailey calling for the free. Almost ticking into time on here at TIO Stadium. Second semi. And Nightcliff in command.
Yeah, they get a week off and rest some of their players and come into a grand final. If they can hold this one, of course, Crocs then will have to take on St Mary's. Anything can happen with that one.
Philo, has he taken the mark? He has. Play on was the call. Baldy tries to walk his way through the scrimmage. Ninehouse in hard and fast. Marley McGregor with the quick kick away. Kennedy was the target, couldn't take it. Stanley on the last line, got a handball away to his teammate in Johnston. Kicked out wide, that will be paid deliberate, surely. No, it's not. That's incredible. How could that not be deliberate?
There's not a Crocs player within about
no one
50 metres of that, and he's just pumped that down there, but the umpires give him the benefit of the doubt.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Boundary throw in. Johnston up against Dennis. Dennis to the back, takes it out of the contest brilliantly. Kicks sideways. Thomas Clark didn't take the footy. Anderson does. Kicks it to space. Winder on the charge. Looking after him is Karupis. Takes him to ground. Ball in space. Kennedy did beautifully. The one-handed pickup was magnificent. And Stephen Motler can't take the grab. Spillage over the boundary. Another boundary throw in. 60 around from the Tiger goal.
Southern District going to have to do some changes in this final quarter because this isn't working for them. We'll have a look at those after as we come into the next quarter. We're not much left of this one. There it is again.
Nick Danks, you are the perfectionist when it comes to when the siren's going to sound. Let me tell you, that was brilliant.
2-4-16 to 7-8-50. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL finals. We'll be back with you with the final quarter shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this thing. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it
Welcome back to Atlante's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League second semi-final with the Tigers in a commanding position. We look there at Stephen Modlock. Had to change his shirt halfway through from 32 for the knock on the head, but he just got missing that last quarter, and he probably needs to change him around for defence and throw him forward now.
So they're going to have to move the magnets a bit, aren't they, Nick?
Yeah.
He's actually been pretty good. He's been one of their calmer players, but I sense a bit of frustration playing in defence. It will be fascinating to see what the coach does with him. Nightcliff have just been so good. I mean, Southern District's scoreless, Nick, in that quarter. Scoreless.
Yeah, 3 points is all they've got in the second quarter as well, and all of those are rush behinds. So just in absolute control. And one of the stars for the Tigers today, Parfitt, got a goal and has been one of the key players across the middle of the ground and forward line.
Hasn't he been good? He's just kept on his form from last week. He was magnificent last week against St Mary's. He's been a true leader out there today. Skillful, really good with the ball in hand, led well. Can't ask for much more from one of your ex-AFL products coming back into the team.
And if you're Shannon Rusker, the coach of the Crocs, what would you do?
Oh, gee. Hope.
Hope.
Ask your team to get in first for the footy.
Yeah, they've just not had a chance to play Southern District's football today.
No, they haven't. They've been outplayed so far, but quarter to play, anything can happen from the middle now. Bidmade, there's a move. Bidmade into the middle. Jed Anderson, quick kick out. Taron Thomas just couldn't handle cleanly and takes his opponent to the ground. It was a Tigers free kick. Thomas thought it was his. Parfitt, nice kick. Finds Shay Link. Good with the hands.
Yeah, he's played well today. He's got a couple of goals as well.
Kicks long. All Southern Districts, although the ball falls for Tigers. Dylan Barry hacks that one out to the advantage in some ways of the Tigers initially. Tackle laid. Johnston in there, so too Bidmade. Ball still bobbling around in there, and the tackle laid. The umpire will ball it up. But yet again, the first stoppage, Nick, comes in the forward half for the Tigers. White Ryan wins that one forward. Truella repays the favour. Johnston taken in the tackle, just. Spillage goes to Glover. He's dispossessed. Taron Thomas over the footy. Truella again in hard. Couldn't take it cleanly. Now an opportunity for Southern Districts. Quinton Narkle with the palm off. Goes to the run of Ross. The handball was not good. Paris on the chase. Takes the footy, keeps it in front, does brilliantly. Clark misses the ball. Farah falls over. Wyatt Ryan now up to the middle of the ground. Punch the advantage of Clark. Here's an opportunity. Long bomb up inside 50. Players go to ground. No free kick paid. Karupis was held. He lays a tackle. Glover. And the free kick will be paid to Karupis. Well, the Tigers, perhaps a little bit fortunate. There might have been a free kick that should have been paid before that to Districts.
Yeah, I thought he legged him as well.
Yeah.
Holding the ball, but take the advantage. 35 inside 50s in favour of the Tigers to 22 so far for the match.
Off hands, ball comes to Parfitt, releases, Politis, Philo, good long handball, McGregor in space. Barry couldn't lay the tackle. Shay Link came in strongly. Politis did really nicely. Kick into the corridor. Mark to the Tigers. Fergus Green in the corridor. Look at Brandon Parfitt and Peter Politis, the high fives. They're absolutely pumped with that play. And I think it might in fact be Boyd Bailey who's taken this grab. The left-footed number 32. Opportunity yet again, Nick, to kick the first goal. They did it obviously in the second, in the third. Now lining up for the fourth.
Yeah, Brady Fo threw his arms in the air when he took that mark. Captain of the Tigers.
Bailey kicks on goal and just hits the post 3/4 of the way up. So first score is a point to the Tigers. They move on to 7-9-51. Plays 2-4-16, and there is a free here. There's a free to the Tigers.
Yeah, he ran. I was just watching it off the ball, and he's run straight at him while he's had the ball waiting to come in. There's a lot going on from the Crocs, so the kick's going to be directly in front, 50-metre penalty.
So Boyd Bailey is going to have a second crack at it here. He's just kicked the point, and the Crocodiles now, discipline is going to cost a goal.
Yeah, Matthew Dennis ran into him straight off the ball. There was no need for it whatsoever. And he's played the free kick. Dennis is talking to the umpire. But in the meantime, he's gone back and kicked the goal. It was completely off the ball. There was no need to do it. And that's how undisciplined the Crocs have been since that early part of the first quarter.
Well, they dominated the first 10 minutes of this game, Southern Districts, and looked fantastic. That's where they kicked their first 2 goals, or their only 2 goals. Ever since that point, Nick, it's just been all the Tigers.
Yeah, be careful a couple of their players as well that have been throwing their weight around. Needlessly, they've still got one more week to go, of course. St Mary's waiting for them in the preliminary final, you would think now. And the last thing you'd want to do is lose a couple of your big players from when this one's all over.
So Boyd Bailey becomes the second multiple goal scorer for this game. He has 2-1 in the first quarter, 1 of course now in this last quarter. And the other is Shay Link, both his goals coming in the second quarter. 6-6-6 penalty will go against the Tigers here. White Ryan, the ever-present big smile from the big ruckman. He misses the footy, and there is a free, and there's a melee in the middle. Mitch Truella tried to play on quickly there, but the umpire was having nothing of it. Parfitt at the bottom of that, and players coming from everywhere here.
There's a silly with the final. It's not that far away. Last thing we'll do is be rubbed out for something like this.
So Tigers with the footy will pump this inside 50. I'll let you watch the fight, Nick. Boyd Bailey flies high, can't take the grab. Comes down to Stephen Motlop, kicks to space. It's all Tigers. 4 Tigers can raffle this footy. It's going to be taken by Nathan Brown. Chips forward and kicks it out of bounds on the full. So players just need to settle here. Free kick to be paid to Winder. To Isaiah Winder. The 5.5 minute mark of this last quarter. Now there's a bit of a chat happening here.
Yeah, I think they were checking for a blood rule, but the umpire said play on.
Winder with the ball back into play. Target White Ryan. Falls to the back of the pack. Clean bowls, bid made. Ross can't handle. Glover loses a footy to Taron Thomas. He's taken the ground. And again, ball up. Gee, the targeting is Brandon Parfitt here. He has been brilliant. No wonder they're targeting him. Ball falls to ground. Johnston gets a handball out. Thomas, handball out to Farah. Rare touch for him. Karupas just thumps that straight over the boundary. Another stoppage in front of the grandstand. 6.5 gone here. 57 plays 16. The Tigers in the lead.
White Ryan's just come to the bench.
A little bit of chat going on between the bench and Parfitt. Dennis from the back, picked up beautifully by Truella, though couldn't handle cleanly. Goes back in and has another crack at it, so too Politis. Will Farah taps it forward. Truella goes hard at it, taken high. Tigers to take the free kick.
Yeah, they weren't happy with Bo Schwartz then. He turned into that one for the head-high tackle.
In fact, it's Jonathan Lanyon who's taken that one head high, and Philo is calling to the bench. Lanyon's going to be able to take his kick here.
Yeah,
no, he is going to be sent off the ground here, Lanyon. I'm not sure whether that's blood rule or whether it's...
Yeah, it looks a blood rule. He looks like cut above the eye. The way they're waiting, that's what it is.
So Lanyon just taking his time here, and the umpire waiting for him to leave the ground. I can't see any blood. I actually thought that it was like a concussion check that they were checking for. No signal was given. Cheers from the Tiger faithful, and Brodie Philo to take the free kick at half back for the Tigers. Shay Link on the lead. He's led for 40 metres in the clear. Hasn't received the footy. Philo called to play on. Go long towards the boundary. The high flyers are there. Tardru takes the footy, tackled. Ball spills to Johnston, goes to Clark, goes to Barry. Taron Thomas, great handball to Johnston on the burst. Centre wing. The flying side of Lloyd Johnston, fantastic. Long kick inside 50, back of the pack. Southern Districts, Jed Anderson, and they hit the post. Isaiah Winder it was who had the flying shot, tried to soccer it through. Tigers on the rebound immediately. Long kick, and that is out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
I was just about to say it's the best movement of the game by the Southern District since early in the first quarter. And unfortunately, the ball hit the post.
Isaiah Winder
It was all done at pace, that's for sure. Steadying themselves there now for a boundary throw-in.
Dennis wins the footy down. Jonathan Ross, great hands to Beau Schwarz. Had the second little touch there, and it just cost him a moment. Ball smothered over for a boundary throw-in. Crowd bubbling away in the grandstand here at TIO Stadium. Coolish night from a wet season perspective. Probably 27 degrees and 70% humidity here in Darwin. That's what we call cool.
Yeah.
Quentin Narkle in hard. Flushes the footy out. Paris has done well. Gee, just beautifully to extract the footy from the stoppage there. Long kick down to Bailey. He can't handle. Motlop, the double touch on the handball. Couldn't clear the area. Truella on the right boot down towards Baldy. Slaps it into space. Cox tries to take possession. Josiah Farah does very nicely. Gets it to Tard Stanley. High up and under. Underneath it. Big man in McGregor. Well, that's an untidy kick. Kicks into the man on the mark. Wrestle here with Stephen Motlop. Paddled it back. Comes back to Motlop again. Taken in the tackle. Ball spills close to the boundary line. Jalen Clark sees it over for the throw-in.
It's an amazing amount of times tonight the ball's been kicked to the man on the mark or been smothered. I think with this stand rule you could get around that pretty easily, but just panicking a few times. 40 points up though, the Tigers here, pretty comfortable.
Incredible. 57 plays 17, 10 gone in the last quarter. Unless something incredible happens, they are marching to the grand final in 2 weeks' time. Ball out the back to Rinaldi. Long bomb inside 50. The Flyers are up. Ball to the front. Now to the back, and Stephen Motlop under pressure from Truella. Flicks it to the boundary and gets what he was looking for, and that was a throw-in.
Played well tonight, Mitchell Truella. And right in it, and right with him. They certainly needed him early in that first quarter just to fight themselves back in there, and he was always the one at the bottom of the pack. And an absolute fabulous game.
Dennis lining up against Johnston. Ball goes to the back of the pack, and Paris taken high there. Ball goes forward to McGregor, paddled it further forward. Truella there again. Hard of the footy close to the boundary, and sees that one over with Tard Stanley, who's been good too for his team tonight.
He's played well.
One of their younger players, but he's been hard at it.
Yeah, it's been a couple of the not so superstars from the Tigers side that have all stepped up tonight, as well as, of course, the usual guys that have played really well.
Shallow throw in. Dennis wins that one down, goes to Thomas Clark. Philo's in there. Ball bobbling around Johnston. Took a moment. Handball to Cox, and he misses to the far side. Gee, that was fantastic play from the big man in Johnston. Wow. Just delaying that handball nicely. And Stephen Motlop, as he has done on at least 10 occasions tonight, brought that footy back into play. Receives the handball now from Narkle. Stops and props, kicks out wide, looking for Jalen Clark. Kick misses the target. And that sums up their night in many ways. Jalen Clark couldn't get there. Ball out of bounds. Another boundary throw-in. No clear option up forward. Nick to kick to, and the one clear option, he couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, it's just been completely out of sorts tonight, the Crocs.
Down to Narkle, can't get a clean kick away. Philo tumbles that one forward. Ball bouncing around, goes to Winder. Handball to Taron Thomas. Long kick. Glover in the wrestle with Lake. Dropped the footy at his feet. Glover back into it again. Handballs into the clear. Schwartz comes in. The ball held up. Ball up here at centre wing, right in front of our commentary position here at TIO Stadium. 13 minutes down. 58 plays 17. Tigers. Truella. Oh, has to be kicking in danger, surely. A hold is the eventual call. and it's going to go to the Tigers.
Nathan Brown nearly took his head off. It just
How that wasn't kicking in danger, I do not know. Blake Lorna with the free.
The umpire did fall over, so maybe he's missed it.
Fist away across the boundary, and yet again, another stoppage. So everything falling the Tigers' way.
Absolutely.
At the moment. 14 minutes gone. They've kicked the only goal of the quarter. Southern Districts have registered a behind after being scoreless in the third quarter. I would not have believed that with the talent that this team has got. Ball forward here from Kennedy. High up and under. Tardru flies forward, can't take the grab. Spillage goes to Bailey. Handball is over the boundary line. It's unsighted there, just handball and hope.
This is a Southern District side, so he lost 2 games this season and 1 last season. Of course, the reigning premiers, and who would have thought 2-5 after nearly 4 quarters of footy. Just incredible. Unbelievable, considering they were 2-1 at quarter time.
I'll come back to that in a moment, Nick. White Ryan yet again. Paris, beautiful, goes to Kennedy. Quick kick at goal is a point. Interesting you talk about that, Nick, because when they did lose their games, it was back-to-back. They lost at Nightcliff first, then to St Mary's. And, of course, it's Nightcliff tonight, and they play St Mary's next week.
Yeah,
incredible.
They came out of the Cyclone abandoned match and lost the next 2 games, and then went right through the rest of the season, winning handsomely.
Shea Link with a beautiful pass, finds his teammate in Politis. 50 from goal, wheels around, kicks long. That's a good long kick from Politis. What a strike at the footy. Puts that one straight through the middle. You could say that's the icing on the cake, because the Tigers are marching to the grand final. They will be there in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, watch this again. There's Motlop to put it out there, just punch through and take out. Look at all the yellow shirts by themselves. And just chipped it through. Could have picked 1 of 5 there to put it through. And he just said, go for it. Get your name on the scoreboard.
What a beautiful long kick.
Put it through with the breeze.
And he's kicked his second, Nick.
Yep.
He becomes the 3rd multiple goal scorer for the Tigers. One in the second and now 1 in this last quarter. The Tigers, they finished 3rd in the home and away season. And then, of course, they beat St Mary's by 23 points. They controlled that game beautifully last week. Beat them convincingly, really. And now, tonight, what a performance against the minor premier. From the middle again, Paris over the footy, had it, lost it. Comes to White Ryan, gets a little kick away, Baldy hard at it. Pushes it out wide, ball flicked to Paris. Gee, he's just grown in confidence as this game has gone on, as Jack Paris at half forward now. Southern Districts, Lloyd Johnston to Josiah Farah, to back to Johnston, and a free kick will come back to Southern Districts. Tackle without the footy. Johnston to take it. Was a relayed free kick downfield. Goes to Stephen Motlop. That was a poor kick to Stanley, causing trouble. Jalen Clark under pressure. 3 on to 3 this is. Jalen Clark did really well. Got hold of the footy. High up and under. Dylan Barry did not go for the footy. Nightcliff did. And Lanyon it was, but it did not go 15, so the umpire calls for it. We'll ball it up on centre wing.
Yeah, just that missed kick there just caused all this drama in the middle, and just a perfect opportunity.
Barry in hard. Goes back and grabs the footy. Taken in the tackle by Lanyon. Ball spills out. Baldy gets a handball away. Quick kick came from Stanley Cox. Mark taken by Thomas Clark. Courage to stand under that at half back. Off to Stephen Motlop. Has 2 bounces, if you don't mind. Cruising through the middle of the ground. Trying to spot up Anderson. Comes off hands. Socket away by Motlop. Schwartz in there at ground level. Gets it to Motlop. Quick hands. Finds Matthew Johnston. Kick inside 50. The tall timber. Dennis couldn't take the mark. Karupas clears the danger area. Taron Thomas has just come onto the ground. Truella wraps him up in the tackle. Truella back in again. Pushes the ball towards the boundary. Taron Thomas wins the one-on-one and did it nicely. Ball goes to Anderson. Little kick. Nice. Finds Lake. The fullback. Taking the mark inside 50.
Definitely throwing the Magnus around.
18.5-minute mark here. Doesn't matter where the magnets go now, the result is not going to change. Brodie Lake to have a shot on goal. Ball punched through for the minor score. So Southern Districts 2-6-18, trailing the Tigers 9-11-65. They're in a commanding position. The captain has ball in hand in the goal square.
Not surprising, Brodie Lake hadn't scored a goal all season, so.
Riley Baldy. Some pundits may have said that Nightcliff's win last week was a fluke, that it was a one out of the bag. Well, I tell you what, they are the real deal because they've done exactly the same here to the minor premier. Long kick now, out to far wing, ball tapped forward, Motlop again. He's racked up the possessions back there, but they just have not been able to use them to advantage. Shea Link with the footy, gets the handball to Lanyon, back to Baldy. Nice to Bailey, sharing it with the teammate in Truella. Kennedy in the clear. Has a bounce, does Truella. Now he has a look and goes to Tardrew. Bailey in the clear, and he'll go to him. And he drops the mark, does Bailey, in the pocket. Thomas Clark comes through and just paddles it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Bailey then would have been lined up for his third of the game, and they're just everywhere at the moment. The Tigers has got loose people. You can understand with a couple of minutes left to go. We're in the time on, and it's a 47-point lead to the Tigers. I didn't think I'd be saying that at the start of the day.
No, I completely agree with you. Stunning stuff. Ball paddled forward. Tigers still with ball in hand. Little care close to the line, and Josiah Farah sees that one across. 9-12-66 plays 2-6-18. That is right. 48 points. Ball punched away. Rinaldi did well. Politis, handball. Target was Baldy, missed him. Anderson in. Long kick back to the corridor, goes to the run of Johnston. Long kick inside 50, no mark taken. Dennison Lorna. Lorna kept his feet, paddled the ball to his advantage. Karupis receives the handball. Nice kick to Lanyon. And the Tigers move out of defence beautifully. The teamwork has been first class. And a 50-metre penalty.
It's the second one for the game for the Tigers. Southern Districts didn't get a 50-metre penalty at all. It's just the third if you count the one that happened from the kick in from the point as well. So completely undisciplined today by the Crocs.
Lanyon from centre wing kicks out long and goes to Bailey. In fact, it's Tardrew. Tardrew in the pocket. Bailey's on the lead. So too Truella. Just trying to create space here, so he goes backwards to Lanyon.
I think the signals come from the bench with how much time is left.
Almost 22 minutes down here. Long kick inside 50. The Flyers are there. Ball goes to the back of the pack. Farah to Ryan. Oh, that's a terrible kick.
It's on the floor.
That has just clipped the line from Will Farah. Oh, that was so lucky. That wasn't out of bounds on the full. Boundary umpire right on the spot.
A good decision on the umpire. Did hit it from their angle. Looked like it'd gone over, but just clipped the line.
Ryan from the ruck contest. Ball comes out to Tardrew, kicks on goal. The snap too far. 9-13-67. 49 points. Nick Danks, 49 points.
I did pick Tigers at the start of the game.
You did.
I'm not going to say by 49 points.
You did. I picked Southern Districts. That is clearly wrong. Long kick from Motlop now. Out to centre wing. Truella. Truella on the siren. Tigers. They are into the grand final. They deserve to be there. Superb win against St Mary's last week and a magnificent follow-up tonight against Southern Districts. 9-13-67 to 2-6-18. 49 points to Tigers. Well done.
Yeah, an amazing result. And of course, that leaves it with the Premier Final next week. So St Mary's will take on Southern Districts in the Men's Premier League. your best players. There was a few around the ground for the Tigers, but who do you like, Dom?
Oh, I've got to do the old under-9s, I think, and just say the team. Look, Mitch Truella, I think from start to finish, I think Mitch Truella, if I was going to pick a best on ground, Mitch Truella was absolutely fantastic. So best on ground to me for the Tigers was just absolutely terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a bit carrying on down on the ground here. A couple of the players just having a go. It's just been broken up by the officials. So good to see the rest of the players are out there congratulating each other. One thing I must say, though, as I said, the Crocs lost 3 games. It's their 4th loss in a number of years. Do not write them off for the finals.
Oh,
They're
no.
a good side. St Mary's got a lot of injuries at the moment as well.
Yep.
They will get their full forward back, but do not write off the Crocs. They could come back strong. They just needed a tough outing, I thought. As I said at the beginning of the game, I think their lead into this finals was pretty not as what you would like if you were the coach of the side. And they've had a tough one out tonight. They're going to get a tough one next week against St Mary's. So if they get through that one, I wouldn't be writing them off for the flag.
No, too much talent, Nick, in this team. No doubt about it. We went through to the beginning of the game. You've seen players out there who absolutely have not played to their level. I think out of all the sort of quality players out there, Stephen Motlop was the one who can really hold his head high. Tried very hard across that last line of defence and really marshalled his troops. But there's a whole lot of players who did not play to their potential. Probably the only other one, Wyatt Ryan, but too many have gone missing, which on the upside, which means there is so much more that Shannon Rusker as the head coach can get out of this team.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get it back on the training track this week. The fitness won't be a problem. Just needed a sharp game. They got it tonight. And as I said, I would not be surprised if they're there in a couple of weeks' time. I'm not writing off St Mary's either, though. I just think they've got a few injury troubles. And Dylan Lant kicked 4, but he's definitely on one leg, and it'd be interesting to see how they cope with him next week. I'll go through the goal scorers for Southern District. Shannon got 1 and Wilder got 1. And then for the Tigers, Kennedy got 1, Linky got 2, and then Parfitt, couple, Pilates 1, Philo 1, and Bailey got a couple as well. So that was where we stood there. Your tips for next week, I better get it now. I know it's early in the week, but I still think the Crocs.
That's really, really difficult. Tip for next week, yeah, look, I think this team is just too good from a talent perspective. St Mary's, tough game today against Pint, which they won by 4 points in literally the last moments. The last kick at goal was a goal by Saints. So I think probably Southern Districts, they'll be stinging from tonight and will certainly want to put in a good performance next week.
Yeah, thanks for being with us. My name's Nick Danks. Don McCormack has been with me this season. It's been a pleasure to host you, and we'll see you next time for Finals Footy.